Hi guys, Dave here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over warming up and a stretching routine. So warming up and stretching is incredibly important. Um, what what it's going to do is it's going to reduce your risk of injury from things like repetitive strain injury and carpal tunnel, and also it's going to loosen up your fingers, get some blood rushing to them, and it's going to really help you play to your absolute best ability. So without further ado, we'll jump into the warm-up exercises. Okay, so this first warm-up exercise is not the most pleasant sounding thing in the world, but it's effective. So you might want to turn your amp off while you're doing this. So first of all, we're going to place our first finger on the 5th fret of the D string. We're going to place our 2nd fret on the 6th fret of the G string, our 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the B string, and our little finger on the 8th fret of the E string. So 5, 6, 7, 8 like that. And what we're going to do is going to make sure our thumb is on the back of the neck in the middle, and we're not going to move it from that position while we're doing this exercise. So first of all, we're going to play these 4 notes in the chord, like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to switch our middle fingers round. So we're going to change the strings, but keep the frets the same. So we're going to switch our middle down to the B string, and we're going to stretch our ring finger up to the 3rd string onto the G string. And then it should sound like this. So we've got... And then we're going to switch our 2 outer fingers. So we're going to place our index finger on the 5th fret of the E string and our little finger on the 8th fret of the D string. And then we're going to switch our middle fingers again back to their original positions and play again. And we're going to repeat. So the key of this exercise is not to play fast. The key is to get every note ringing out and play it perfectly. Speed is not the aim. So that's how that exercise sounds. So if you want to take this exercise to the next level, you can do this, and this is completely optional, but it will help. So we're going to take the same position, move it up to the 12th fret, so we're on the 12th, 13th, 14th and 15th frets. We're going to play. I like to play all 4 positions 4 times. And then what you can do is move your index finger down to the 11th fret. And now we're going to do the same thing, but every time we move our index finger is going to be on the 11th fret. Still on the 11th fret. And this is where it starts getting really tricky. And after you've done that, this is probably the hardest position out of all of them. You're going to move your middle finger down to the 12th fret and keep everything else the same. So we're on 11, 12, 14 and 15. Switch. Switch. This is really tricky. And then switch again. And then you're going to move your ring finger down 1 fret to the 13th fret, that's correct. So we've got 11, 12, 13 and 15. I'll play that properly. Yep, and then you're going to switch your index finger down to the 14th fret. So we're back in our original position, but a fret lower. And then you can just keep repeating this exercise as far as you can stretch and play it well. I'd suggest warming up with this exercise, or the first exercise I showed you, for about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, so this is another popular exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our first finger on the 1st fret of the low E string. We're going to down pick that. Then we're going to place our middle finger, or our 2nd finger, on the 2nd fret, and we're going to up pick that. Then we're going to down pick the 3rd fret with our ring finger, and then with our little finger we're going to place it on the 4th fret and up pick it, so. And then we're going to repeat that on the next string and the next one, all the way down to the low E, to the high E string. And the key with this one, like the last one, is to play it correctly and not to play it fast. Obviously, speeding up is going to be a natural part of the process when you get better at it, but the key is to play it correctly. So once we've reached the top, we can move up 1 fret, and now we can descend, so we're going to go backwards. So we're going to down pick the 5th fret with our little finger, up pick the 4th fret with our ring finger, and then down pick on the 3rd fret with our middle finger, and then up pick the 2nd fret with our 1st finger, and repeat on all the strings. And then we can move up 1 fret again, and then just repeat the whole exercise. And you can keep this going as far as you want. And I recommend spending about 2 to 3 minutes on this exercise as well. So let's move on to our stretching routine. So I'll put my guitar down and we'll go straight into it. So stretching your hands is going to be really useful. It's going to increase your flexibility, and it's going to increase the strength of your fingers, as well as preventing injuries. So let's show you the routine that I do. So first of all, I grab one wrist with my hand like this and make a fist, and then rotate in circles. I usually rotate about 10 times, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Make sure they're nice controlled motions, and then go the other way like that. And then to save time, I'm just going to move on to the next one, and we're going to do it with our other hands as well. We're going to switch the other way. So I am doing this a lot quicker than you would. So I'd say go for 10 rotations each way, nice and slow. Then what you're going to do is you're going to outstretch your arm in front of you like this, so it's nice and straight. And then you're going to grab these fingers and pull them back. Okay, so you should feel a kind of stretch under here. Don't stretch to the point of pain. Stretch just so you feel the stretch. And I normally count to 10 quite slowly in my head, and then do it again with this wrist. So, and count to 10 again. So shake that off a little bit, and then just going to do the same thing but with each individual finger. So index finger, and you want to make sure your arm is really outstretched and straight in front of you. So that finger, and again I count to 10 quite slowly with each finger. So I'm just doing this at a faster speed than I usually would. And then you do it with the other hand as well. And then you can shake that off, and we'll move on to the next exercise. So after you've done that, what we're going to do is we're going to clench our fists, and then we're going to outstretch our fingers as far as we can stretch them, and then we're going to close them again. I'm going to outstretch them again, and just a couple of seconds each, and then repeat about 10 times. And then that's a really good exercise. Okay, now we're going to massage our fingers. So as you can see, we've got like 3 little sections on our fingers, so you want to just massage each little section in each finger on both your hands. So I'm doing this a lot quicker. You want to kind of spend some time doing this, and then once you've done all your fingers and your thumb on both hands, you can move on to your palms. Make sure you cover every section. And then this bit here on the base of your thumb, Then also do that with both hands, and also your wrist joint here and on this side as well is good to massage, because we're in this position a lot, so we want to make sure we have that nice and massaged. So yeah, that's a pretty good stretching routine for you to use. That's the one I use, and I always come out of it feeling really nice and loose and ready to play, and I always play much better than if I hadn't warmed up. I'd highly recommend, if you're going into a practice session and playing for an extended period of time, then you should definitely warm up and stretch. It's really important. So, if you enjoyed that video, please like the video down below. Let me know what you thought in the comments and how it's getting on for you, how you're getting on with it, I mean. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.